So today we are in Webster, New York, and we are at a Savers. The pups are ready to go in and do some shopping, so let's get started. I started off in the figurine section, and this horse immediately caught my attention. Look how adorable he is. He reminded me of Rio Hondo, but I do not think they ever made planters, but the eyelashes got me. There was a lot of paint wear, so unfortunately I did leave him behind. And these little hobbyist retirement fund banks reminded me of the larger ones. There was a lot to look through in the figurine section, and of course there was even more figurines in the Baggies. That poor girl was missing her arm. And then I found this. I thought it was going to be a mermaid, but it was a Japan bisque baby in a egg with a bow. Real reasonable prices. I think that little figurine was $2.99 if I remember correctly. And this was more modern, made in China, like paper mache critter. Here we had these adorable little hard resin. They were like babies dressed up as animals. One was a puffin and one was an alligator. I don't know who makes them. It was Mark Tyler on the bottom. I think that's just who owned them. And they were $8.99 each. And then this was a really cute bear in a boat. It looks like Yadro in style, but it was also musical, and I didn't want that playing in my van as I drove down the road. A very bright gold-covered elephant, definitely more modern. This place had more dolls than more porcelain dolls than anywhere I've ever seen. Another Yadro looking figurine, but it was not. And oh, look what I found hiding behind that gnome. Another paperweight. It's one of the glow-in-the-dark jellyfish. It was only $5.99, so I did pick that up. I know a lot of people like those glowy ones. I thought that might be Bill Campbell, but it was not, and it had some chipping, so I did leave it. And then over here was this amazing pottery horse bowl. I loved it. I used to ride horses when I was a kid, and it is marked. Later researched it. It is Donna King Stevens. Beautiful bowl. I loved the horses in there, so I did buy that. And then it turned into my basket to hold all my goodies. This butterfly was a material butterfly. It was not a real one. There was some damage to it too. Real pretty bowl, definitely modern, but it caught my eye with the silver and black. And then that was a really neat bird trivet. It was only $4.99, and it was marked. I don't do a whole lot with trivets. If I had the space, I probably would have picked it up because I like the bird on it. And that was a pottery square plate. No signature on it. And of course, you got to look in the box. If there's a box sitting there, you got to look in it. It was a bunny hopping. Looked like it was made out of resin. And then I'm looking through the candles. Oh, and I wanted to show you how well laid out they had their collector's plates. Like, I don't pick up collector's plates, but look how nice it looks. They're very well organized. You can see them all. Less risk of damage. And then there was a crystal geode. Don't know anything about them. And the tag was stuck. And I believe it was $4.99. So I put the tag back on and walked away. I just don't know much about them. More collector's plates. And look at all the dolls. There's Cabbage Patch Kids, porcelain dolls, and more porcelain dolls. Somebody must have donated their entire collection of porcelain dolls, and they were here. The entire row was full of dolls. I felt like somebody was watching me. But I kept going. Well, actually, I stopped to look at that one Cabbage Patch Kid. I grew up with Cabbage Patch Kids as a child, so I kind of have a little soft spot in my heart for them, but I don't ever pick them up. And that looked like a Mackenzie Childs candle. A faux candle, but I had to check it out. Wasn't so sure about it. And over here, I would love to find some lucite candles. Did not find any. But those were candles, a wine and beer candle. I thought that was interesting. And we're getting closer to the vase section. That was stacked piggies. I'm not sure why it was in the candle section. And a vase, also in the candle section. That's why you got to check every single little nook and cranny, because you never know what you're going to find. And there was a box of chocolates that were made out of candles. There's some taper candles, but they were not lucite. I think that's on my bucket list. I've never found lucite candles at a thrift store before. That would be fun. And then over here, we're now in the Christmas section. This was a Santa on a sleigh. I'm not sure who made it. It was $5.49, but he did have some damage to his hand. And I thought that would be a Jim Shore, but it was not. And then a cute little stocking holder, a wood-made, homemade almost. And it was a reindeer. That was really cute. And not a glassy baby. It was a Santa wine glass. That was a cute little lacquered box, a little bit of wear to it. These were napkin ring holders in the shape of fish. I think those were $4.99. I don't usually have a whole lot of luck in the wood section, but I'll still look through it. Those bunnies were adorable. Definitely modern. I think they came from Hobby Lobby, if I remember correctly. They were $1.99 each. Not a bad price. And let's see if there's anything we need. Oh, that wood rocking chair is adorable. Plenty of dolls here to go on it. And then look at this. This is definitely an older wood cracker holder. So if you have hors d'oeuvres and cheese, you can put your crackers in there. Looking for some treasures. Did not find any in the wood section, as suspected. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick run through the vase section. It is an entire row, and that was, it looked to me like an older crock. It might have been. I don't remember the price on that one, but definitely have to go through all the vases. That said made in China on the bottom. I thought it might have been something more special and unique, but it wasn't. It was only $5.99. They had a ton of those little Ingerhaken vases. There was red ones, there was green ones, there was some milk glass there. And then I found this. This is a Tellingstetter pottery pitcher, and the price tag's covering the signature, but it is marked on the bottom. I love the texture. It's a 3D effect almost, but it's real pretty. I did buy that. There's the other Ingerhaken vase in red. And this was a real pretty floral, I think it was a transferware vase. And more. Nope, I thought it was going to be milk glass, but I think it was ceramic. $4.99. It was pretty neat, but I did leave it behind. I didn't know much about it. I didn't know who made it or if it was newer or older. There's some older milk glass up there. Those vases. Oh, I gotta look behind it. I think that was just a little IKEA vase back there. And then we moved on to the baggies. The never-ending wall of baggies. I probably could have spent an hour just looking at all the stuff in the baggies. I did pick up that salt and pepper shaker there. It's a Norcrest. They both have their original stickers on there. And it's a puppy and an outhouse. I got them out when I was in the van, and there was a little bit of paint wear to the back of the dog's ear, but it's forgivable. So I did buy those. I think they were $3.99 if I remember. Yeah, just going through, seeing if there's anything else I need. Some Christmas in this one. Always on the hunt for some knee huggers or any vintage Christmas that catches my eye. Look at those glittery eggs. Those were sparkly. And I don't see anything else. I also like to look for note cards for when I do my mystery boxes, because sometimes I can find note cards here real cheap. There's a little figurine, because I don't mind if it's an open box. I just need like a few from each. I'm fine with that. And looking behind, doing it properly, seeing if there's anything behind the front baggies that I'm missing. That was neat. That was a myrtle wood little candle holder. And there's some Valentine kitties. Definitely looked more modern when I got up close. And there was an owl, but there were bells. I didn't want a bag of bells, but I did like the owl. I wish it wasn't a bell. And some more floral salt and pepper shakers, but they were pretty chipped up. All those leaves on those flowers were pretty heavily damaged, but they definitely looked older. Yeah, let's see. Then we got into like the kitchenware, and there's nothing in a baggie for kitchenware that I need. I did find this Wedgwood ashtray, and it was with a bunch of other ashtrays. It was $4.99, but I didn't want to get the whole bag just for the one Wedgwood. I was trying to figure out if it was worth picking up. I'm like, what is that? That's just a knob, a doorknob, not a doorknob, a drawer knob. But I did leave it behind. I figured someone else could score the Wedgwood. And just looking through the plates. All right, then I moved on to the jewelry, and I really loved this faceted bead, opalescent looking. It definitely looked like it had some age. It was $4.99, I believe. I did buy it. I did like it. I thought those beads might be glass, but they were plastic. And then I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else with age that could be vintage. I ended up picking up a couple things from the case that I didn't record because the girl was like right next to me and I didn't want to interrupt her working. And she had put out an older J. Crew necklace, so I did pick that up, and it glows, which is why I did buy it. They had quite a few pieces from J. Crew here, and since J. Crew's not in business anymore, some of them can be vintage. Look at that necklace. That really caught my attention. I like the orange of it, but it didn't look terribly old, so I did leave it behind. And I was just checking out those crystals. And then I moved on to the bracelets. There was a wood bracelet. I don't pick up the wood ones very often unless there's something super magnificent. I'm always on the hunt for some Bakelite. Did not find any Bakelite on this particular trip. I have in the past, so it's always good to look because you never know. That was a fun little stretchy, but definitely more modern. Nope, no luck in the bracelet section. And then they had an entire wall of nothing but earrings, and I rarely pick up earrings, but I did look through it real quick on my way to the cash register. And here I am looking through the brooches, and there was this one that had an anchor on it, and I thought that was interesting. It was $3.99, and I did end up buying that one. And of course, I have to look through all the layers. Brooches are my favorite things to find at thrift stores, so I do take my time in this particular section because they also don't take up a whole lot of space in the van. Though my jewelry bin is quite full, might have to do a jewelry drop on my next Wednesday night jewelry sale on knickknacks, so maybe we'll do that next week. And if you don't know what that is, I just pile jewelry as the clock ticks down. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. Here's a little bonus footage of Pretzel in his favorite spot in the entire van, looking out the window. Bye, guys.